with a limp afterwards. And good evening, and aliens.
I love it. I love it.
It's a dog toy. It was just Rachel just bought it for the dog today.
Yeah.
Oh dear. And there's somebody down here. There looks like there's a wee Scottish one. There she is.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, not too bad. I'll share this with guys.
Okie dokie. Let me just turn this down a little bit. Right, thank you. Yeah, if you could, that'd be good. How is everybody? How the very devil is everybody? Wayne, you're looking completely different with the glasses there. Josh, nice job without the beard, you know, and the really strange Canadian accent you got going on there. That's very odd.
Yeah. Well, I was considering actually if I was going to be Josh, I should have grew a beard on myself, so then people would say Josh.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think we will stick as Wayne and Josh. Yeah. So let's just put the chat up there. Right, let's stick the chat in. Hey, Kate. So how is everybody? I saw you. How's the show going?
I'll let me go first.
I didn't give a shit. One of you.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go, right. So, yes, this is my first week back last week. The shows are going brilliant. There is I had to take a wee break out. We all need a break at some point. But apart from that, I'm happy to be back. I'm more fiery.
Okay, good. And, of course, well, you're here with us now. And it's nice to see Mary back as well. How's your show going, Mary?
Yeah, it's doing great. We have Thursday our anniversary, a special Paranormal Mischief, and we are trying to get as much as the mischievous co-host in as we can. So it will be fun, laughter, and talk about the guests we had. I don't bring them all in because we had 65 different guests. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, like with this, I find it nice having other people joining us as well. So anybody else who's out there and wants to join us when we put a show out, just let us know. And anybody Things Network and everything else, just jump on. I'll put the link in the thing like I did tonight. You can just jump on. Yeah. So what was I going to say? Yes, UFOs and stuff like that. Has anybody seen all that stuff about the Squidward stuff? The Squid UFO in Texas. What do you make of it?
I don't really know, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff. As I was saying the other night, we were talking about obviously how much AI and how much of the videos on TikTok that you're seeing, and you don't know what's real or not. And the thing about it is that when obviously with UFOs, if people seen them, it's hard. It must be hard, Mark, because of all the AI.
That's the only problem that's going on at the moment is the AI stuff that's out. You can still just tell, and I mean just tell. But that one, it was filmed through a telescope, and I've done a bit of delving into it myself, and I've seen a few reports about it. It was cited by the people and reported, but it wasn't filmed. They were apparently like one of the only ones to film it, but I suspect not other ones will come out. But yeah, it was filmed through a telescope, and I don't think it's AI. And a few people have gone into the video and looked and said no, that there's no trace of AI in there. But it's still, I personally don't think it's UFO myself.
Yeah.
It was a bit too, because you know yourself when you see these things, the reports and everything in the skies, it's vague, it's shadows, it's shapes, it's the old light, not a great big I'm here, you know. So, but I was just like, I don't know. Apologies for my absence. Busy weekend and busy week ahead, doing a few 30-hour days. Yeah, Wayne's getting his barbecue built because he's having his 78th birthday bash next weekend. So
happy
that's
birthday
what that's all about.
to you.
Thursday and Friday we have another.
Well, we're having a birthday party.
Yeah.
I would come down if I could make it to Wayne's one, but unfortunately I've got so much going on with work and everything else like that. And the birthday one you're on about for the show, I will be at work, but if I'm in the gatehouse, I'll be able to join it briefly every now and again.
Yeah.
Okay. So because it's a bit quieter up there. If
Where's
I'm down,
where's my friend Ghosty?
Goes.
Do you know what I love that dog? Honestly.
Goes, come say hello.
Oh.
No, yeah, Ghost. Come say hello.
Oh, gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous. Look at you. You're just amazing. Honestly, Ghosty.
And a pair of legs, and there's a badger in the background there. There's a badger.
Hi, Rachel.
It's his birthday today, and there's a Rachel.
Hello.
Hiya.
So yeah, I decided I would come down into the front room today, and of course there's the fishes. So yeah.
Hello, fishies.
Yes, please. I would love another cup of tea.
I don't want to be on camera.
Thank you. So yeah, all the stuff that's going on at the moment, because I was saying to Mary the other week about these drones that are coming in and out of the sea and being seen by US Coast Guards and this, that, and the other. Now there's reports of our own Coast Guards and everything seeing these things coming in and out, and it's following the ships and stuff. And again, it's not, you have to go deep dive into to find all this stuff. You've got the stuff, but do you know about Project Bluebeam?
Yes.
Right. I read an insider report, again deep diving, and this insider report said Project Blue Beam is well underway. The British government are going to fake an environmental disaster in the sea, and that's going to be the start of it. And now I saw a Russian thing stating that Russian intelligence has said, and I quote, British intelligence are going to stage an environmental disaster at sea. So
would it be like a tsunami, really, Mark, that they would be creating?
I have no idea, but I'm wondering if this is the start of Bluebeam. It's the very start of Bluebeam, because they got less than 2 years now to come clean.
Yeah. Well, they keep moving the goalpost and saying aliens are coming at this time, not aliens are coming at this time.
Yeah.
And honestly, to be fair, right, they could be nice people, like they could be, but
the ones that are supposed to be nice.
Yeah.
Or benevolent.
I'm going to jump scare Josh. Well,
I should have changed my name to Josh.
yeah, you should have. But I saw a spirit box session done by someone who was trying to get in contact with.
Please.
Don't mention it.
Oh no. No.
Oh.
Let's change the subject and talk about this idiot.
Yeah. Let's do it. And,
Yeah. Huff.
I seriously want that guy one-on-one in a debate. I'm
Half
starting to debate him.
Great.
That's one of my biggest bugbears.
I have another one. Hope Paranormal.
Hmm.
That one guy.
I've never heard of them.
All they're gonna-
He was jumping in a passing 1 or 2 hours later as our big friends doing a spirit box session and going into trance. But he was watching the Queen and managing all kinds of stuff. If you are in a trance, you don't use your hands and you keep your eyes closed. And yeah, he was in contact with a certain person. And I disliked every post. I reacted, I think, too soon.
Yeah.
He does it like when they're still warm.
Yeah, well, that's basically what I was going to say.
He does it when they're still warm. He's the guy's he's a ghoul.
Yeah.
He's a ghoul, and he preys on bereaved, and he always will be a ghoul. And it's not just him. There's loads of others. I bet you're going to see a spirit box section. Yes, you're going to see a spirit box session with James Whale soon. I bet you anything you like. You know, and there might even be somebody else who might turn around and go, oh, James, he's coming. Oh my God, he's coming through to me.
Do you know what? I'm happy. I told people today, I half expect that a certain someone will use James Whale, and it'll be, James was my good friend. James couldn't even stand you. What are you talking about? But yeah, the whole Huff thing really does get under my gears, because at the end of the day, people are, as Mark says, people are not still warm. People are not even out the house. People.
Yeah. I remember when the Queen died. When Philip died, he did it. When the Queen died, he did it. And then anybody famous dies, like within 3 hours of them going, he's guess what I did? Oh, I've just spoke. And now Ozzy, and it's like, you piece of shit. If Ozzy Osbourne was still here, he'd be like, all right, what you doing, you fucking wanker? You know. So.
Do you know what? I've missed you, Mark, for that. For your different accents.
Yeah. And if you program certain lines in it using Ozzy's voice, his lyrics, without the sound, everything sounds like Ozzy. It doesn't mean you are talking to him.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Oh, sorry, Mark, when you go, love.
No. I was going to say it's Huff. He does that. He's known for doing it. But the thing is when you read the comments on his things that he does, you've got so many people that go, "Oh my God, you're just so amazing! Oh my God, he sounds so much at peace." And it's like it's a piece of electronic equipment with buttons you can press and program to make it sound like anybody you want, and you're going to fall for this claptrap, you know.
That's the problem. People do, right? And this is just setting me off. So, excuse me for the rant, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is what pees me off, right? Is that the fact that people do this, like when people die now. Mark, I'm going to use you as an example. So, heaven forbid, right, that anything happens to Mark, right? It's easy for me to go in every Dark Mirror show and rip his voice off, put it into a sound box and claim that Mark is speaking to me. There's other things that are driving me wild right now, like dolls who fall in love. And then you're on national TV claiming that a doll's fell in love with you and it's attacking the girlfriend because it's jealous. It's just unbelievable. It's non-stop.
Yeah.
The doll one, because Mary's laughing her head up about it. You guys do the ghost side of paranormal stuff. I do the as you know, UFOs, cryptozoology, and
My
conspiracy
cat-
theories. Yeah, but when you've got somebody who's got, I'm going to say it because it wouldn't be the Dark Mirror show without it. A woman who's turning around and claiming that the doll's in love with her. I bet you there's a receipt from Ann Summers.
Oh, no. It's not a her. It's a he, and it's a well-known team.
And the doll's in love with him.
Yes. And,
How-
and it's attacking the girl. It's attacking the girlfriend. It's attacking the girlfriend because it's jealous.
I know who you're talking about. I know.
Please discuss.
Right. Do you know that stuff that this is a no holds barred? But Bob, it
Yeah,
was Bob that was on national TV last week
yeah. And in the paper,
talking about this doll that's in love with Lee,
yeah.
and my jaw just dropped because it was like, what the hell?
Yes, we're working so hard for credibility.
Mhm.
All these, sorry for my expression, all these wank guys are just smiling.
On yourself, Mary. On yourself. I was actually trying to stay so polite, but Mary.
It's the Dark Mirror show. The Dark Mirror show is known for, obviously, don't go too mad, but we're known for going beyond the pale and saying things as it is and swearing and this, that, and the other. So we just normally have Wayne there go. It's normally Wayne I make corpse because I'll say, make some suggestion like, oh, have you had a bit or something like that? And he just starts laughing. So, you know. A doll, what is this doll? Is it a doll or, because I don't know, is it a blow up doll? Is it a love doll?
I'm getting one.
It's
I don't want one!
Wait a
porcelain doll.
wait a minute, I'll pull up a picture and I'll show you the picture.
A porcelain doll.
Yeah.
It's not.
Basically,
No, it's not Annabelle. Yes,
I will get one of
Annabelle.
these.
You're not having one.
No, you the ones it.
What, a porcelain doll? No, it's a guy who's saying that this porcelain doll's in love with him. I'm wondering if the porcelain doll is a few inches long and about that fat. I'm just wondering. That's all. That's just.
right, this
yeah.
year,
Jealous. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
seriously,
Yes.
Right.
He's
I just
dressed-
can't believe that they went on this morning to discuss about a doll who's in love. I mean, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. I'm actually turning a bit sceptical and everything now, and I think it's purely down to the stupidity of people, and it's driving me nuts.
I also think there's a bit of. Sometimes there's a bit of mental health in there. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in the paranormal, but I'm not going to go out there and say that this. Your doll's in love with you and it's attacking your missus. How much money have you made off it? How many books are going to be written about this? How many TV shows, films? You know, I mean, something may have happened. It may have fallen off a shelf, and he may have gone, "Oh my God, that just moved on its own." You know, and it started there, or some shit like that. But
It's a
going on to national, well, it's not national TV, it's breakfast TV, by the looks of it, and going, the doll's in love with me.
Yeah.
Have you got the dolls in love with you?
I've got a ghost in.
You got a ghost in love with you? Yeah. We got a ghost that loves us. Yeah.
You've got the beautiful ghost.
It's like. Do you remember that woman who came on and said she was having sex with a spirit of a pirate?
Yeah,
And she-
I can so
Yes.
remember that story.
Yeah.
And like when she was questioned about it on GMTV, they were like, "Are you fucking mad? Like, what are you talking about? You're literally." And one of the other interviews she had, they were literally saying, but not in these words, but they were saying, "You're literally just having an awesome wank and then turning around saying it's a ghost." So that your other half can go, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, a ghost is doing stuff to me. It's all right. I'm in love with him." What? We're going to split up? Yeah, we're going to split up. And then there was all the things that came out and the parodies and this, that, and the other, and it's like. And then she said he'd left her for another ghost.
I know that was the completely nuts thing. You know, the world is so, excuse my French, the world is so fucked because it's like people are going, I'm in love with a plane. In fact, I'm in love with my toaster. In fact, I'm going to marry my dog. The world is absolutely fucked.
Somebody did in America. They married their dog. I'm sure they did.
They did. They absolutely did.
Disgusting.
And I was like, oh my god, the world's just mad.
Right, I'm gonna get the opinions on this. Mary, what's your opinion on all this shit where people are shagging ghosts and marrying dolls and
I think they watch too much Hollywood movies like The Entity and
yes,
Annabelle.
that's it, wasn't it?
Maybe they're a bit messed up in the head, but I don't believe in those things at all. I have two dolls. One is 120 years old, and the other one 140 years old. And it's been handled by many. And First World War, Second World War. So it's gone through enough. And if anything is haunted, those dolls should be haunted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they tried to attack you?
No, I'm still waiting. Still waiting.
Have they claimed their love for you?
Nope. Nope.
It's ridiculous. It is really ridiculous, and I'm sorry, but I think a lot of the people out there that do this, they're either it's money or delusions.
I think
Money.
it's turning into a sidewalk, mental health
Yeah,
asylum, and
I agree.
There are a few sane people, and that's it. Everyone should be locked up.
yes, indeed, definitely.
And I don't want to step on any toes, but since women got into the politics and that kind of stuff, the only thing you hear is how they feel, not what they are, but how they feel. And if you have a messed up mind, you can become anything you want and have anything you want and have a life completely like in a fairy tale, and no one is questioning anything.
Well, there's people who've been known to go into comas, but they've been gone into comas or they've been unconscious, but not for that long, like a few hours or a few days, and then when they come around, they claim to have lived entire lifetimes in the future or on another planet. But these guys are listened to because they have specific details. They don't just go, they actually have specific details of events that will happen, and this, that, and the other, and those are quite interesting. Some of those, but the entity. I remember when that started. I remember watching the film, and I remember reading some of the actual reports from the entity, and they said it wasn't spirit. It was something interacting from another realm. Now they've proved we have other dimensions right beside us. They proved it scientifically and said, yeah, we've got parallel dimensions. And then when you listen back to that and link back to that, they were saying it was something from parallel dimension that we just couldn't see, because they were claiming about little beings holding legs and arms whilst the big being was doing what it was doing. So, and she kept on being attacked, even though they moved thousands of miles away. She kept on being attacked for a good few years afterwards, but it did slow down. So,
it does make you wonder. I mean, this is what I would love to hear you guys' opinion on, right? This whole thing with Annabelle and Dan Rivia, like, people are saying that it was Annabelle that caused Dan's death, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, if you put that much energy and thoughts into something, you create a hype or fear factor.
Well, that's the basis of voodoo, isn't it? Voodoo and juju and hoodoo. That's the basis of all those. Is the belief system and the thought and energy you transfer into items.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't believe they have the actual doll on the tool on a copy, and they exist. We had Chris McKinnell on the show, and he told so there were 2 copies,
Yeah.
and it was lost, and now it's sold. So what the heck?
That comedian has bought.
Matt Rife.
Yeah,
Matt
yeah,
Rife.
bought the Warren's house and Annabelle, isn't he?
No,
Yeah.
not the doll. The haunted
The
object
museum.
still
I
owned
think
by
so, aye.
GP and what's his name?
Is it Eric? Is it Eddie? I think it's his best
I
pal.
can't remember his name because I watch his stuff and he's really funny.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, I know it's Matt Rife that's got it.
Yeah.
He bought it with his friend. But this is people are getting all bent arse out of shape about it, about Matt doing it. But I think give him a
Yes.
chance. He's more than prepared to do overnight things, and that I know really it should have went to the grandson, obviously, and I'm sorry it didn't go to the grandson, but give the guy a chance to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
But let's get serious. Judy inherited the house. She can do whatever she wants with it. And if she decides to sell it together with Tony,
Yep.
be fine.
Yeah.
Those haunted objects still their property, and those 2 guys are the guardians for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I read a quote this afternoon. I forgot the name from the guy. He told in a meme in June. Everyone was shouting out, "No one is an expert in the paranormal."
No,
Now
no.
it's July, and everybody knows what to do with what and how and who should manage it.
Do you think that a lot of the stuff in the Warrens Museum, amongst many haunted museums, do you think? I do see. I believe that things can be attached to objects. I do. I think that, and I think that things can be moved from one place to another. But I believe that to do that, you have to have some sort of crystal base to do that. I don't think it can just jump onto a thing and then go. I think it has to have some form to store its energy in, memory in, whatever, like stone tape theory, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But do you think a lot of these haunted museums and stuff, do you reckon they're genuine, or do you reckon a lot of it's hokum? I don't.
No, I just can't believe that thousands of people can go into the haunted museum owned by Mr. Bagans, and nothing attacks them.
Yeah.
And now and then someone who is sensitive has a problem, but is it a mind issue because they know they are going into a haunted museum and it's a hysteria, or is it really attached to an object and going
See,
to, yeah.
I've been on investigations, and I think you've been on investigation with me, where there's been a couple who have been slightly overacting, haven't they?
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah. Do you know when you? I'm not going to mention names or anything, but
No.
let's just say, Wayne, if you're listening, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. We were at an investigation at a certain place in the UK. That's all I'll say. And there was,
Creaky floor one.
the creaky floor one, yeah. And there was this gentleman there who claimed to be a psychic medium. Said a few things to me about my late stepson and everything, which was completely fucking. It was wrong. It was just bollocks. And then nobody was taking any notice of this person. And then all of a sudden, wasn't it? It was, and he got his wife to save him and hold him up because he was going. I'm going. Oh, the energy's just too, wasn't it? You were on the. It was on the first one. The first one that you came to. That person was there. The creaky floorboard one.
Oh,
You were. Well, but yeah, and he was there going, I'm going, and he got his wife to hold him up and everything, and me and Wayne were just like, And then after they left, because they had to leave because he was in such a state, he had to go because all the energies of this place had got to him. And me and Wayne were just talking afterwards, and we were like,
Yeah.
I thought you were on about the one where they were pretending to hear things, and we were upstairs,
that's what I'm on about.
and we creaked the floor, and they were like, "Oh, yeah."
Yeah, that's
And
the
they were
one.
talking to our creaky floor.
Yeah, that's the one I'm on about. But don't you remember the husband? He in the main house. He did that. Oh, yeah, he did, and then he left. Yeah. And we were just like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? You know, and like charlatans. You know, when you get people come up to you and say, "Oh, I've got this person and they're in contact, and they this and they cold read and they give you really vague stuff." You know, I've had them when people found out about my stepson. I've had them come up to me and say, "Oh, I've got visions of a little boy who remembers when you held his hand and put him on the climbing frame." No, none of that ever happened because he was a teenager. You know,
Yeah.
and I just go, "Oh yeah, all right, yeah." Cold readers, charlatans. That's a brilliant word for the likes of Steve Huff. Charlatans. Do you see what I did there? I brought us round neatly there.
And I liked your explanation, like you explaining it. To be honest with you, I only believe in certain mediums because
So
there's two certain mediums who I will give full credit to, and that is Barry John and Ad. Ad actually had me in tears one night because he was so spot on. It was like, oh my god, and I couldn't stop crying after I'd spoke to Ad. And that's how I know they're real. But as you say, you have your cold readers, you have the ones that, you know, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, and you're waiting and you're thinking, well, time's went by, and in the space that you've told me that something's going to happen. And I'll tell you what else to believe in, and people think I'm absolutely nuts, but it's true. Look at The Simpsons. Everything that has happened.
there
in The
is
Simpsons-
something to be said about that. There is something to be said about that. Wayne and I have spoken about that, and Josh on previous shows, when The Simpsons will have something in it in one of their cartoons, and then bloody years later, that thing happens. And then when you watch an episode of Simpsons, it says that it's this year or whatever, and it fucking is, you know, and you're like, but is it the same as you get a load of monkeys, put them in a room with a load of typewriters, and eventually they're going to write the complete works of Shakespeare? Is it something like that?
And also, there's a lot of false information because people edit the Simpsons pictures to make it seem like they've said that. And if you go look at the episodes, there is no episode.
Do you know when that started, The Simpsons?
Oh, 80s, 90s?
It started in the 80s, and it was Tracy Ullman, the Tracy Ullman show. She was a British comedian, and then she went over to America. And it started on her TV show over there.
But yeah, people have been editing the Simpsons pictures to make it appear like there is an episode, but when you research that episode, it's not there, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, there are a lot of the ones out there, as Rachel's just said, there's a lot of the ones out there
Yeah.
saying Simpson said this, and this, but there isn't. But there are ones like the 9/11 and
Yeah.
things like that where it was on there, and it's like, ooh. You know, it is a bit interesting. It's like the TikTok. Have you seen the TikTok guys from the future?
Have I? No.
Look them up, because again, Wayne and I we just rip them apart, because it's the paranormal. The paranormal is a real thing as a whole. I don't think ghosts and spirits and stuff are what we think they are. Nobody is an expert, because nobody can ever be an expert unless you've died, gone over there for a while, and then come back. And then even then, you've just experienced it. You haven't actually, not actually an expert. But I think there's a lot more explanation to what it actually is. I think there's thin veils. I think things can reach through on either side. I think sometimes when we talk spirits, you could be linked to somebody in the future. There is a school of thought says that it's linked to the future or the past, and you're actually talking to a living, breathing person, either in the future or in the past, but it comes across as a spirit. I do think there are real spirits. I do think that when you die, that is not the end of it, not at all. But I think there's a lot more rational explanation for a lot of things that are going on. And I do think a lot of cryptids as well. I think a lot of cryptids are real.
Do you know what? I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, Mark, and you've actually put it into a different spin for me, because I never ever thought in the paranormal we always look at the past, So it's like
In the future.
I never even thought of that in the future until obviously you've mentioned it. So thank you very much. That was actually a good insight to it.
But what you have to remember is everybody used to think, and scientists and everything used to think it was past, present, future. It's not. They've proved now it's linear. It's like that, and you've got past, present, future all together at the same time. And they're trying to invent a machine where you can access, not a time travel machine, but something where you can actually access and talk and stuff, you know. And they think that a lot of the stone tape, because you've got so much crystalline content in the buildings, in the foundations, and in possibly the bedrock as well. If you've got that much crystalline content, it's a hell of a storage device, and energies from that can store it. But I think if there's a veil there as well, it can push through on each side. And I don't think it's just the future or the past. It could be veils to alternate universes as well. You don't know.
Well, see, this is back theory. I don't believe in heaven and I don't believe in hell. I just think that was created as a scaremonger. As you say, there is other universe out there. So I just don't believe in the heaven and hell theory. I think it's a bit like, and people laugh at me when I say this, but it's true. It's the only way that I can rationally explain it, but I think it's like Stargate, SG-1, like when they go to the different parts of the universe.
The easiest way to look at it, and it makes a change to hear you say something like that, it's when we've done shows, my own theory is when you look at all the different religious books, they all have the same events. They all have the same events happen at the same time. It's just named differently, and they have different gods. The most accurate one to look at are the Eastern texts, and when you look in the Mahabharata, that's one of the spot-on ones, because it talks about Vimanas. Vimanas are UFOs. It tells you how to build them, and it says about their gods flying around in vehicles which are Vimanas with weapons that are thermonuclear weapons that can strike the ground and leave their energies for millennia to come. And it says it in the books. And you go to parts of Afghanistan, Asia, China, India, and you can find spots where thermonuclear energies hit the ground and the energy's still there. They think Sodom and Gomorrah were wiped out in a fight by a thermonuclear weapon. It wasn't like they got struck down because people were gay in one town and other towns they were like having 5-somes and 20-somes or whatever. No, it got hit by a stray missile, you know. And when you look at the gods and demons, my own personal thing is, back then we were practically shitting in our hands and clapping and didn't know a lot, and you've got massively advanced beings coming over and appearing to us with all their tech and everything that we've got no clue about, and we're like, you've got to be a god, and they're like, yeah, right, we're gods. And then when you go back again and look at the Gilgamesh, the epics of Gilgamesh and everything like that, and then they talk about the Anunnaki and Enki and Enlil having a scrap over us because one got jealous over us being made in their image and having the possibility of being better than them after many generations, and that's why they had the war. And when they had the war, they had the flying machines, they had the Vimanas, and the bad guys suddenly turned into demons, and the good guys suddenly turned into angels, because you had people who didn't want us to die and people who wanted to kill us. And the bad one was known for just wiping out humans and starting again. If he got pissed off with them, he just wiped them out, start again. That's what the flood was all about. Again, if you look up the epics of everything, it wasn't a biblical flood but done by a god. It was done, he pressed a button, nuked a place, caused a tsunami, and went, right, start again.
Yeah.
But when you look at all of them and read them all and put them all in the timelines and do the research yourself, it's all there. It's all there for you to read it. Yeah. Our Bible's a load of bollocks that was written by a load of priests who came together and went, we can't let the masses, we can't lose control. That's what it was all about.
English Chinese Whispers.
It is Chinese Whispers, yeah.
How long after it happened was it actually whispered?
When they had the conclave for the Bible, I think it's 300 years after the event, and then they chucked out Mary Magdalene's Bible. They chucked out the Book of Enoch, because Enoch describes what the Earth looks like from space, and he was spot on, absolutely spot on what it looks like from space. Mary Magdalene's Bible describes how Jesus was married, and he had children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and the lineage goes all the way down. And I'm really glad that the guys who protect their lineage is still doing that to this day, because I think that needs to be done. Otherwise, you're going to have the religious zealots going around trying to wipe out entire bloodlines because, we can't get this out. It's a load of bollocks. It's all about man controlling man. Look at the papal see. Look at the Vatican. Look at the Vatican archives. They got stuff up there that they deem we wouldn't be able to understand. But what makes them so special that they can understand it and we can't? It's not holy. It's tech. A lot of it has been proved that there's tech down there. There's manuscripts from precursors to us, people before us who are incredibly advanced. There's manuscripts and books down there from people from other planets, and the list just goes on and on and more things are being found. You've got all the out of place artifacts that are being found everywhere, millions of years old. How did it get there? Well, either people before us or the gods. And then when you look at the cartouches on the side of all the Egyptian stuff, they have that wand that they use, and it states in them that they used the wand to move the bricks, and they tapped it, got the resonance up, twiddled it, got it to the right frequency, and then it lifted the brick and moved it. Everything that you see in Stargate and Star Trek is starting to come to fruition.
Yeah.
Do you know I absolutely love Stargate? I've started watching it again.
It's my favourite series. I love all the films as well. Love them. And there are Stargates. There's the rumour that was it the second Gulf War? The second Gulf War was started because of the Stargate that was known to have been in Iraq, and it wasn't over weapons of mass destruction at all. They went in there to get the Stargate. There's the one that was found in Antarctica. The one that was found on the complete opposite. It was Antarctica and what do you call it? It's Antarctica and whatever the other side is. Help!
South
North Pole, South Pole, bollocks. You have one down there and one up there, and they're using them in the Antarctic base. They have weapons that are capable of bringing down aircraft from the stratosphere and just outside our atmosphere and everything. But they say it's it's radar installation. I think it's not. There's been proof, and there's been whistleblowers have come out with. Are you gonna sneeze? But of cryptozoology experiments that have been going on down there with hybrids between humans and aliens. I did one.
Well,
and,
I've
got an alien. And hybrids between animals and humans and aliens. So, and it's like another really interesting theory I heard was the one about vampires and lichens, shapeshifters. And they descend from when we were first made. The Garden of Eden was a laboratory. It was a real place, but it was a laboratory. And to keep us from coming out of the laboratory, that's why we could never leave the Garden of Eden, because once we got the knowledge that we were an experiment and we were inside this laboratory, we were going to be like, well, fuck this, we're off ski. They made things capable of hunting us down. Back then, there were no tall buildings. There were nothing. A vampire's eyesight, lichen's eyesight is done for flat plains and silhouettes and hunting down this and that. And they think it was a type of security system that was built to keep us from escaping. And any who did, they took them out. Could that be why we get vampires and werewolves and shapeshifters and changes? Is that why we got a lot of the cryptozoology now? Were they things left over from our security, or are they things left over from the people before us? Or from another planet, It's been proved our DNA isn't from this planet. Our DNA is from an atmosphere 1.5 times Earth.
Yeah, they found a gene which they can't explain.
Yes.
Yes, and they don't know when it came in our DNA.
Yeah, that's right. And we're not from. We're not. Our bodies are not spot on for this atmosphere. It's this atmosphere times. And a half, I think it is. It's 1.5. This atmosphere is what our body's most suitable for, and not 24 hours of sleep, not 24 hours in a day. I think it's something like 28 or 32, something weird, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Explains a lot. Yeah.
It does. It explains why I like my kip. I tell you.
Explains why we have to wear clothes.
Explains why we have to wear clothes. Well, quite frankly, I think if I didn't wear clothes now, people would be offended if my titties were out. So,
no other animal needs to wear clothes.
No other animals don't need to wear. Yeah, you're right. No other animals need to wear clothes. I mean, I'm hairy enough to be classed as a werewolf, so But
I would go with a vampire for myself, definitely.
I'm not from this world.
I I totally loved that for Rachel.
That's nice. To be fair, my mum had the golden ratio blood. You know, the I can't remember what it's called, but the one that doesn't come from here. That if you have have to have a blood transfusion.
Oh, it's Reese negative O.
Yes.
Because I'm Reese negative O.
It's the one that can do anybody's blood. You know, when you need the rocking horse poo one, it's rare and it can replace anybody's blood. It's universal blood.
O positive.
O positive.
Well, she had that one. She wasn't allowed to give blood or anything, and nobody knows where it comes from. Same as octopuses and octopus, squid, and anything like that. They don't come from Earth. They've said it doesn't come from Earth.
Yeah.
So how did it get here? I don't believe panspermia. I don't believe that at all.
I'm sitting here quite content listening to you, Mark, because the things that you come away with, I sit there and I think, oh wow, like I'm quite content just watching you and listening to obviously your facts and.
See, we do the shows for ages, and like I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." But every time we've done a show, like I've always gone on. Anything we come out with on a show, it's fact. It's not fake. It's you can go look it up. It's all real. Yeah. What was I doing in the middle of saying?
Sorry, Mark, I got you.
Yeah, what was it? Octopuses?
Aye, octopuses.
What do you mean you don't know how my brain works? Now, panspermia. I don't believe panspermia because panspermia, they reckon that DNA and genes come in on meteorites, and when it hits the Earth, it goes out into the atmosphere. I can see how that would be all right for certain things if it was buried right inside the rock, but surely it would burn up.
Yes.
You would have thought it would just burn up, you know?
But certain viruses and bacteria survive the heat, and that's why we get new diseases, but no new animals.
Well, it's like the ones that have been found in the permafrost. They found, I think it's 3 bacteria that cause some kind of real nasty disease, and they've gone, do you know what? We're going to try and bring this back to life, and it's like, are you fucking mad? We all know they're going to use it for germ warfare or some crap like that, or it'll be the next COVID. You know.
Yeah, it's the same with plague victims. That virus is still in the remains, and they found a mass grave over here in the Netherlands, and they're handling it like they're going into pyramids. No protection, nothing. Do you want to have the plague, you nutcase?
Wasn't there Plague Island in Vienna? Just
I've not seen them.
There's a Plague Island in Italy, and
that's it. Venice, Venezia.
There's also a Plague Island in Greece.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing I was going to say. The gods. You know, I was on about the gods being aliens. Aliens. All the Parthenons existed at the same time in different civilizations, and then they went down through the years and through the hundreds of years. That's why you get the Greek gods. That's why you get the Roman gods. That's why you get the Celtic gods, the Babylonians, the Indians, the Chinese. Yeah. But all the ones that had Parthenons, it was the same amount, and you had the same ones doing the same job. So I think they appeared to different cultures in a guise that these cultures would understand. It's the same people.
Yeah, it makes sense because you have the snake gods, and all over the world you find remains talking about snake gods, and it's all in the same time. So it makes sense. It really makes sense.
Wayne worships the snake god. I'm sure he does. Because no, he does. Genuinely. When we stayed at Wayne's, I have heard him in the bathroom after he's had a pee going, oh God, I wish my snake could get bigger. So I'm sure he worships the snake god. I'm sure he does. So I'm sure he'll tell me whether he does or not. But we shall have to see about that.
I am absolutely petrified of snakes. Got a massive phobia.
But all I think all religion I understand why religion came about, because it was nature. We didn't understand anything, and we thought, oh, if we do this, it'll make this. And I think there was a series of coincidences where they something happened and something good happened with the weather and stuff, and they went, right, we'll do this again. But I think the original gods and the original Parthenon of gods,
Yeah.
and it's been proved we had our DNA altered. It's been proved it happened over a 20,000 year timeline, but we went from literally being to SAL beam in evolutionary terms, you know.
Yeah, but not quite, because if you look back, when some humans were
Now,
zombies, there was also some civilized, because they built things like in Turkey.
yep, Becky. I don't know what the hell it's called.
That's that place.
Yeah. But they found older, haven't they? Now in the same area as Goblet Techie. That place, they found some more, haven't they? It was a massive. They've discovered it was a massive site. They used lidar, and they found that there's stuff there that's hundreds of years older than the original one. So, and it proves that, like the Minoan culture that died out, we only know it was real because Lois is buggered off. We only know it was real because of pottery and things that were found. No one knows anything about the Minoans. And I'd love to know about that. Were the Minoans related to the Atlanteans?
Yeah, I've been to Knossos a few times, and there's an actual labyrinth, and it's good. There only remains because I would get lost. But they found so much. But they also found in the area a tablet with writings on it.
Yeah.
The Disc of Phistos.
Yeah.
And it's not from the Minoan, and they don't know what it's saying. So maybe
it's like the legends of the Greek gods. When you read all the legends of the Greek gods and how it all came about, you know how it all came about. And Hephaestus, he's my favorite god, because when you read about Hephaestus, that guy was clearly an engineer of advanced technology. It wasn't a god; he was an engineer. He was an engineer.
Yeah, they found an artifact with all. They thought it was a clock, and it was on a ship, and it's so old. Also made in Greece somewhere.
Oh, the Tithakira. I know the one you mean, the mechanism.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you? I don't know what's going on with her. Are you having problems there?
She got kicked off. What the heck?
I don't know. She's there. She's floating about. I think Lois has died and she's in spirit. I think that's what it is. I think she's. Do we know anybody who can talk to the ghost of? It's called Steve Huff. Call Huff. He'll do a 3-hour thing of, see you, Jimmy. Push. A section of there's a fucking haggis and there's a wee Jimmy Clanky. You know, Lois is probably on the other side of this, fuming right now.
Or get half rage. again.
Yeah, I've added you to the chat. I think it must be your end, Lois. I think it must be your internet. I know you're there because your silhouette keeps coming up, and you're definitely here. I've clicked add you.
I see her name.
She's gone again. Yeah, she's gone again. But religion, like politics, is a method of control. It's the oldest method of control. Sex and religion are the oldest methods of control.
Yeah.
Then came politics. But politics came from religion.
Yep.
You know, because you're the best vicar, you're the best religious man around here. You should rule us. Oh, really? Yeah, we're going to vote for you. Yeah, we all think you're so good. You should do this. And then when the next time comes around, who do we want to do it? Oh, I don't know. The next good religious man. How many of you like him? Yeah, no. How many of you like that one? That one. We'll have that one. That's how politics started.
Yeah, and if you look at their past, oh, they really should be ashamed.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
The governments of the world now are disgusting, terrible, using everybody, trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes, and the fact is, most of the world's woken up now and gone, "You're talking shite," you know.
Yeah,
And
I thought for a long time the head of the dragon lived over here because the history, and then I learned you've got a king and before that a queen who changed their name in 1918 because they were German, and then
Saxe-
it sounded better at
Saxe-Coburg.
Windsor because it sounded so English. So
Well, they used to be so inbred. The last of the Coburgs literally looked like a foot.
yeah,
They were so inbred, you know. And the last of the Saxe-Coburgs, he used to go, "Hey, you guys!" So you know, he was that bad. He really was that bad.
yeah, over here it's the same. They found remains and they thought it was Anastasia. And if you look at the bloodlines, um, the oranges, the things they rule here,
Yeah.
could be in the same bloodline, but they refused to give DNA.
The orangery, yeah.
Yes, because in the 1700s there was this guy Hendrik who pronounced himself as a king, and Spain agreed on it, and it was night or something like that. So there aren't even royals.
Yeah, it's all crap. Um, it all stems from religion. Politics and everything comes from religion.
Yeah,
It was whoever the brainiest and wisest man was became the head of everything.
yeah, exactly.
You know?
So don't get me started on the subject.
But do you want to come on with Wayne and I next week?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, come on with Wayne and I next week, and we can carry on talk about this stuff. It is now 25 to 11, so I will end this there because I don't want to run into somebody else's time. So again, Willow, I know you've gone, your internet's gone. Thank you ever so much for coming on. Yes, you can come on again. Anybody else and who's in the Things Network or wants to come on and join our show, it'd be lovely to have you because it's nice. It's really nice having guests on. Mary, as usual, brilliant, and thank you for coming on. And like I say, if you want to come on as a regular, you're more than welcome to. So anybody wants to join us, let me know. And as usual, keep eyes to the skies. Look down there. You'll see our email address. Drop us any sightings or questions you may have to the Dark Mirror Radio Show at yahoo.co.uk. And do you want to drop a line for your radio station and your shows now? Let us know what's going on.
Oh, we are on our Facebook like page, Things in the Netherlands. It's our like page. We have the same group, and everything is being brought out on my own page, and that's Mary Jean Willemson. Pretty hard to explain in English, but you can find anything about our show over there, and otherwise on Things Network.
Drop us your links onto the Dark Mirror Shows page, and I'll make sure they're on there. Okay. All right. Same with you, Willow. Lois, mad person. Thank you for joining us. You wee badger handbag, you. And we will see you soon. And remember, Steve Huff is now going to be conducting a conversation with Lois, going, "Can you not hear me?" And it'll just sound like an episode of Highlander. It really will. There can be only one. You know, that's what it's going to be like the whole time. So on that note, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. And it's been really nice having Rachel sat in the background making her comments.
Yes.
Even though she's wearing a dog's birthday cake on her head. So, yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. We will see you all next week. And again, thank you for joining us on the show. Keep your eyes, guys. Bye-bye, guys. We are out of here.